We reached out to some of the best pickleball players and coaches in the industry, all to ask them one question. What does it actually take to get to the 5-0 level? After hours of conversation and a lot of video calls, we started to see a pattern emerge on what it actually takes to get to the 5-0 level. And in this video, we're sharing with you on how you can get there as well. So where this idea of putting together a framework stemmed from is a few weeks ago, I went down to the PPA tournament, played in the 4-5 level, and didn't win a single game. I went 0-2. So my eyes were opened. I realized that what Casey and I were doing would not cut it at all. And that's why we reached out to these professional players and coaches to really put together this framework to get us there. After doing so, we realized that there were some consistent things that were mentioned that every 5-0 player does or have done to get to that 5-0 level, and that's what we're sharing with you today. So here's number one. Focus on the basics and fundamentals and doing those consistently. Every player that's trying to get to 5-0 likes to focus on the flashy shots, but in reality, to get to 5-0, you just have to make fewer mistakes than the player in front of you. With that in mind, be very, very consistent with the fundamentals, the shots that always get over the net consistently. Number two is to be intentional when you are playing and when you are drilling. That means going to the court with a purpose in mind. So whether you have an hour or 3 hours, the most important thing is to have a plan with what you are doing when you're on the court, whether that's focusing on your weaknesses, on your strengths, or a mix of both. We sometimes only have an hour of court time a day. So with that in mind, we have to be extremely purposeful and intentional on what we want to work on so that we get the best results the fastest. All right, number three is you got to get to the kitchen line. If you are not consistently getting up to the kitchen, there's no way that you will win. It's impossible to win. And so that leads me to point number four, which is you have to master the first 3 shots and be consistent with that. Everyone that we talked about said, these are the fundamental shots: the serve return, and the third shot, whether that's be a drop or a drive or a drip. Mastering those shots, the first 3 shots. If you think about it, if you serve deep, that return coming back at you is coming back at a lot less pace, making a more manageable shot for you to hit. Then you think about on the other side, if you're returning a shot deep, well, that ball coming back is also coming at you with a lot less pace. And then of course at the third shot, that sets up everything for you to get to the kitchen. So if you have an aggressive third, most likely that ball's coming back up and allowing you to either put that away or at least getting you in position to get up to the kitchen and attack. So number 5 is to drill more than you play. Obviously, if you're gonna master some of those fundamental shots and more, you gotta be drilling more than you play. And everybody says it, drill more than you play. In a drilling session, whether that be an hour or 2, focus on 2 main things. Number 1, your strengths. You wanna sharpen your strengths. You wanna keep those your strengths. So make sure you allot some time to focus on those strengths. Number 2 is focus on those weaknesses. Don't focus on more than 1 to 2 shots. You're really just trying to isolate whatever weakness you're working on, whatever shot that you feel uncomfortable with, isolate that shot and repeat it over and over and over until you feel a little bit more comfortable. All right, number 6 is what we call the learning process. There's a path in developing and learning a shot, and that path is a 3-step process. So first, when you're working on a shot, you of course drill that shot over and over and over again. Once you feel comfortable with that shot, then when you're playing, start to incorporate and implement that shot in a game play feel. You have to be willing to even lose games to work on the shot that you're practicing. It's all about getting better, focus on the bigger picture here. After you feel comfortable in rec play, then go to a local tournament and implement that and put that into practice at a tournament play. Last step, number 7, is to record everything. You don't realize the habits that you have until you go back and watch the film. Record your games, record your drill sessions, seeing what you're doing right and see what you're doing wrong. With that in mind, record your games, review the footage and take that to better your game and improve those shots. All right, guys, so there you have it. Those are the 7 most common principles or practices that you can do to get to 5-0.
So what's coming up next for us, we're gonna work on our serves and returns. And then once we feel comfortable with that, moving to third shots. So after a few weeks of drilling those in rec play, once we feel good about those, we're gonna enter a tournament, and stay tuned for that.
We also are working on something pretty cool where you guys can join and follow the journey and getting to the 5-0 level. So we're gonna put all these resources and put it all in one place so that you guys can join it and get to that 5-0 level. Thanks, guys. Peace.